Afternoon, everybody. Trying to get this kind of situated, but I thought I'd bring out somebody a little bit different than the sloths that we normally have. Hey, Michaela. Bye, Michaela. Michaela was here, now she's gone. All right, let's see here. We're about to start hanging out with Finn, the Fennec fox. Trying to fix one more thing and then we'll get started.
You gave Graham a heart attack. He didn't know where Finn went.
Oh. Afternoon, everybody. We're live here at a Coe Riverside farm, and this is Finn, and he's a Fennec fox. So I know a lot of times we have the sloths out here and we're hanging out with them, but it was a little chilly outside, so I thought that we would cuddle up with Finn the Fennec fox. Fennec foxes are the smallest species of fox in the entire world. You know that its ears are like the largest in relation to their body. And they also act as a way for them to cool down. So they have vessels that run up inside their ear, and that's how they cool off. And obviously they can hear really, really well. The little Finn here is just one of over 150 animals we have here. We also have a girl, and her name is Gwen. She's really cute. She runs around a little bit more, but this is an encounter that you can do here at a Coe Riverside farm. I'll probably go grab a baby sloth here in just a minute. Who wants to see a baby sloth? Let me know. Also, where are you watching from? We're live here at a Coe Riverside farm, and this is Finn, the Fennec fox. Look how cute he is. You can actually come here and cuddle a Fennec fox. So we have two. We have Finn and Gwen. We've just now started to offer cuddle in your cabin encounters. So we actually come down into your cabin and you can do a sloth encounter. I'm not sure if we're doing the Fennec foxes encounters in the cabins, but we might be. Let's see. They say the Chihuahua comes from them. I could see that, yeah, for sure. So their kidneys too, they're totally different. They're really large and they're dense, and so that way they store more water because they live in the desert, right? Pretty cool. The reason that they're even light colored like this is if they were in the desert and they were a very dark fox, they would overheat. So another way that God kind of was really wise when he created them for the desert. Their paws, they're really cute. Let's see if we can hold them up. You see his little paws? They're covered in fur. And so then that way when he's walking around, he makes almost no sound. And I think it was it Romulus, the general? He was called the desert fox because he would sneak around. I gotta double check on that, but I think it's right. Where are we? We are at a Coe Riverside farm, right here, Coe Riverside Farm in Benton, Tennessee, and we are right along the Coe River. We have beautiful covered wagons. They have air conditioning and heat. We have a riverside cabin. It's beautiful, and there's even like a concrete ramp that goes right down to the river. It's really cool. Where's everybody watching from this afternoon? I think this morning we had Antarctica, Australia, and Atlanta. It was like the AAA was watching. Amarillo, Texas. I had a little animal out here just a while ago that definitely reminds me of Amarillo, an armadillo. We actually have Baku. He's a three-banded armadillo. And that just reminds me of Amarillo, Texas. North Carolina, good morning, North Carolina. This is Finn the Fennec fox, and he says hello too. You got to hold him while he was there? Oh, that's awesome, Holly. This is Finn, and we also have Gwen. So Finn and Gwen. Hey everybody, we're live here at a Coe Riverside farm. This is Finn the Fennec fox. And you can come here and hang out with all of our amazing animals. Our goal here is to educate the public and tell them how amazing the animals are, but also to share the love of Jesus Christ and to let everybody know that the real reason for Christmas is the birth of Jesus. Now, we love animals and we love sharing them, but we believe that God made them. Hey, Norway, how's it going? Norway is gorgeous. What's that huge waterfall you have? Not like Inserlick. I can't remember, but it's gorgeous. Good morning, Leslie in Connecticut. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate that. Good afternoon, everybody. We're live here at Cowie Riverside Farm. This cute little guy is Finn, and he's a Fennec fox. We actually have 2 Fennec foxes here at Cowie Riverside Farm, and you can come here and cuddle these sweet little babies. And they really are sweet. If you want to hold something that moves around a little bit, but is really cute and cuddly, you gotta come visit. We're gonna get out the baby sloth here in just a minute. Her name's Chloe. She's right over there. She stays up at the main house when they're babies, but then they come down here during the day to hang out with us and stay nice and warm and get socialized and be fed. And we're gonna grab the baby sloth in just a minute, and you guys are gonna be able to see her. Do you guys want to see a baby sloth in a little bit? Northern Maine! I bet that it is cold and snowing, for sure. Like, it was 35 the other day here, but we really don't get much snow. Last year we got like 6 inches of snow, and we kind of got snowed in, and the camels were running around in the snow, and the kangaroos were running around. Guys, can you imagine being snowed in here with camels and kangaroos and sloths? And don't worry, we have backup generators and everything. We have to, because sloths require their environment to be 75 to 80 degrees all of the time. And if it's not that temperature, they don't do very well. Monday morning it was -20. No thank you. Actually, you know what? I would be okay with that temperature as long as it was snow and not ice. I always say snow is okay and ice is no dice. Maybe that makes me sound like an old man, but that's the rule I go by. Good morning, everybody. We're live here at Cowie Riverside Farm. This is Finn. He is a Fennec fox, and we're live here at Cowie Riverside Farm. And Finn is like, I just want to cuddle. I'm not really into all this movement. So I think what I might do is I'm gonna put the baby sloth maybe like right here and let Finn hang out over here. What do you guys think? Should we do it? I think it's gonna be awesome. All right, guys, what kind of Christmas plans do you have? Where are you going? And is it gonna be the most amazing trip ever? We've had people come and stay in the camel condo, which is now the sloth suite, because you get a sloth for a roommate, and you can hear upstairs when they're running around and having a good time, and we love it. I mean, I think they had the best Christmas ever. Could you imagine that? Waking up on Christmas and seeing a sloth for your roommate. I mean, that's awesome. All right, I'm gonna put Finn back, and I'm gonna grab the baby sloth. I will be back in 1 second. Let me go grab, oh, are you going that way? Michaela was coming in to grab some stuff, so she actually grabbed Finn for us, and we're gonna get out the baby sloth, Chloe. This is baby Chloe. So Chloe is a 2-finger or 2-toed Linnaeus sloth. She's only about 7 months old. So if you want to do the funnest thing that there is to do in the world, definitely in Tennessee, come hang out with sloths and cuddle them. So I have her sitting on a blanket right now, just because the way that she wraps her arms, she just kind of likes to wrap them around. Sometimes she'll crawl up on you and kind of goes to sleep. But feeding a little baby sloth and looking up into their eyes when they're looking at you, It's the cutest thing ever. Afternoon, everybody. We're live here at a Coe Riverside farm. This is baby Chloe. She's a two-fingered or two-toed Linnea sloth. And we have 4 sloths here at a Coe Riverside farm. And we have over 150 animals. It's pretty cool. Where's everybody watching from? I heard of Amarillo, Texas and a Maine earlier. The Maine guys got some snow, said it's -20 at the beginning this week. Gosh, that's cold. But get this, guys. It's always warm here because the sloths have to stay warm. So if you don't want to be cold, come hang out with some sloths. Colorado. Where in Colorado? You near any snowboarding? You near A Basin? That's my fave. Waco, Texas, how's it going? Vermont, a very warm -10. That's ridiculous. -10 is too cold. We drove through Vermont once. We were going to climb Mount Washington because we thought that was a good idea in February. So yeah, it was really cold on Mount Washington in February. I think it was a blizzard, about 80-mile-an-hour winds. So we camped up there and that was snowy. Not fun. Glad it's not like that here. Afternoon, everybody. We're live here at a Coe Riverside farm. And sloths don't like cold weather. They need their environment to be between 75 to 80 degrees. So if you're tired of the cold and you want to come in here and hang out where it's 75 to 80 degrees all the time, come cuddle a sloth. Just a little bit ago we had Finn the Fennec fox hanging out with him, and that's another animal you can come hang out with. Chloe is a little cutie. Toccoa, Georgia, we were just there the other day. We went over there and I thought it was beautiful, and a lot of people don't know that the Toccoa River in Georgia then turns into the Ocoee when it crosses over to Tennessee. We also ate at that little restaurant up at the Toccoa that's right on the river, and they have the best trout. Or at least I think they do, Kathy. So if you haven't tried it, try it out. Hey there, what's this? This is a sloth. This is Chloe, and she's a two-fingered or two-toed Linnea sloth. And if you've ever wanted to come hold a sloth, you can do that here at a Coe Riverside farm. Some of the other animals that we have here are micro squirrels. I'll probably go get one here in just a minute. So a micro squirrel is so small that its little fingers hold in the cracks of your skin. So what I'm gonna do is when I go get this micro squirrel, I'll be holding it like this. And then when I rotate my hand, he doesn't fall. It's amazing. God has designed those animals with such little tiny hands that they reach into the cracks and they don't fall. They're called an African pygmy dormouse. And that word dormouse is from the word dormir, and it means to sleep or to hibernate. So the African pygmy dormouse is not a mouse or a squirrel, but this little tiny guy that hibernates. Really cute. How long is the drive where we are? From Toccoa, I think you're, if you're in downtown Toccoa, it's probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, because we went to Blue Ridge and then over to the restaurant on the river, and it was an hour and a half. But it's beautiful. If you're driving from Toccoa over here, you're going through the Ocoee Gorge. Here's the deal, everybody. A lot of people say, hey, I'm coming from Knoxville or Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge, and I'm coming to see some sloths, maybe ride a horse, maybe ride a camel. Here's what you need to do. Head south on 411. Don't speed, because you're gonna get a little present from every town if you speed, so just don't speed. As you're heading south on 411, you want to look up Bald River Falls. It's in Toccoa Plains. Now when you look up Bald River Falls, that's where you're trying to go when you're heading south from Knoxville. You're going to stop and you're going to see this waterfall, and it is massive. It's an 80-foot waterfall that you can drive right up to. It's beautiful. So that river, Bald River Falls, flows into Tellico Plains. and you can drive more upstream if you want to see more waterfalls. There's another 10-foot one, 12, 6, 8. It's there's a lot of waterfalls. It's pretty cool. Then once you leave Tellico Plains, you head back south to us. You'll cross over the Hiawassee River, and you'll pass a glider port too if you need a little bit of adrenaline, and then you'll almost be here. So if you're coming from Gatlinburg or Knoxville, it's about 2.5 hours if you stop by and see the most beautiful waterfall ever. So, up to y'all. Not talking about the animal? I'm not. Simone was asking how to get here, and I got a little long-winded. I apologize. Good afternoon, everybody. We're live here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. This is Chloe. She's a two-fingered or two-toed Linnaeus sloth. We actually have 4 sloths here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. 3 of them you can hold. Flash is our adult, and we don't hold him because he's never been held. She is very sweet, Kathy. She pretty much just cuddles, naps, and eats, which is really most sloths. Did you know that sloths have 46 ribs, 2 sets of 23? What that does, it enables them to withstand huge falls. So sloths are gonna fall out of the trees probably once a week. And they're falling from like 100 feet up in the air. Like they're gonna be all the way up on a branch, like way up there, and then they would fall down. The reason that they're falling is they're going out to the end of that branch to try to get the freshest leaf. Sometimes that branch might not be strong enough, but also what happens is the harpy eagle just swoops in trying to get them to eat them, or maybe a jaguar jumps on there, and then the branch just goes crashing down to the ground, and so the sloth and the jaguar, they're just crashed down to the ground, right? But because the sloth has 46 ribs, 2 sets of 23, and there's a connective tissue, it's attached to all their organs and to their ribs, so it enables them to withstand that impact. They don't get that kind of secondary impact that we get if we're in a car wreck. God has so beautifully designed these animals that they can fall from 100 feet up in the air and survive. So beautifully and wonderfully made. This doesn't look like a fox. No, it's not a fox. It is a sloth. I did have Fennec foxes, and maybe I'll go get them again. I'll probably do that here in just a second. Let's take a vote. Let's see. Do you guys want to see Fennec fox, or would you like to see an armadillo? So those are your 2 choices of which animal we're going to see next. Are we going to see Baku, the 3-banded armadillo, or should we see Finn, the Fennec fox? We got fox, armadillo, fox. Pets for the sloth? Oh, pets. Yes, I will pet the sloth. Armadillo, I got a lot of armadillos. Okay, a lot of armadillos. I think armadillo's winning. So, armadillo, we want to go get Baku. He's a 3-banded armadillo. Did you know there's over 20 different kinds of armadillos? And the armadillo is actually related to the sloth. It's in the same superorder. Am I originally from Maryland, Virginia area? No, I don't think so. I think my grandparents had family up in Pennsylvania, but I'm not. John and Donna Warner, they own the farm, and they are originally, I believe, from like Virginia and maybe Cali, and they moved here about 5 years ago. And if you guys go to our website at CoeeRiversideFarm.com and click on About Us, you can read all about the really warm story of how and why John and Donna Warner opened up this beautiful and amazing and very special farm. And I'm very lucky and honored to work here. Alright guys, I'm gonna go get the armadillo. Give me 1 second and I'll be right back. I don't really have anything for you to look at. I'm really sorry. So you're gonna be checking out this chair for just a second. So I apologize. Give me 1 second and I'll be right back, okay? I'll be right back. Alright, sorry for the delay. So, I know we voted armadillo. I'm an okay listener, but that's not why I didn't get the armadillo. I went in to get Baku, and he's in his enrichment area, which means it's a huge dirt area that he can dig and forage and be an armadillo and try to get grubs. And he looks like Pigpen from Charlie Brown right now. He is covered in dirt, like from head to toe. And I mean, I have no problem getting dirty, but I mean, he's covered in dirt. So I'll get him in just a second. But I grabbed Finn. So this is Finn, and he's a Fennec fox. And what he really likes the best is if I just kind of leave him alone and let him sit right there. And that's pretty much his favorite thing to do. Somebody was saying earlier, they thought that they had bred Chihuahuas from them. I don't know if that's true, but I could see that. So another really special characteristic of Fennec foxes is that how they get rid of or dissipate their heat out in the desert is that they pant very, very, very fast. Like, I'm talking ridiculously fast. Like over 100 breaths a second. No, not a second, a minute. Over 200 breaths per minute. Can you guys guess how many breaths per minute this little fox can take when it's trying not to be overheated? Because these guys are out in the desert where it's like 120, 130 degrees. I'm serious. It's over 300 breaths per minute. What do you guys think it is? 300? 400 breaths per minute? It's more than that. More than 400 breaths per minute. 660. That's how many breaths per minute that these guys will take to not overheat. They also dissipate the heat through their ears, and they have little padded feet. So when they're sneaking around, trying to get whatever they're trying to get or eat or avoid birds or predators, you can't hear them. This is Fennec fox. Finn the Fennec fox. He's so cute. Afternoon, everybody. We're live here at Echoey Riverside Farm, and this is Finn the Fennec fox. If you've ever wanted to hang out with a bunch of amazing animals, we have over 150 animals here at Echoey Riverside Farm. Obviously we have Fennec foxes, but we also have sloths, baby kangaroos that you can bottle feed, camels that you can ride. You can do horseback riding here, and we have llamas and alpacas. We even have spider monkeys. We have Jory and Georgie, and they're just the cutest little things ever. So what kind of questions do you guys have about Finn or sloths or anything else? We have a couple minutes before we end the live today, so let me know what kind of questions you have. Where are we located? We are located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. Can you see the tiny squirrel? Yes, I can go get the tiny squirrel. I'll go do that right now. Alright guys, I'll go get the tiny squirrel. I will be right back. And where are you guys watching from? Let me know. Alright, I made it back. This is a micro squirrel, or an African pygmy dormouse. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna reset some stuff up. Did you guys think I wasn't coming back? Well, I came back. Can you guys see it okay? You're from Pennsylvania? Well, good afternoon in Pennsylvania. You missed the chair? Oh man, I feel bad. The squirrel isn't more entertaining than the chair? Thanks, monster. Alright, I'm trying to set up one more thing and then we'll get going. Sorry, I'm trying to get something going. The squirrel is pretty? Alright, awesome. Yeah, this one is Tick, and then his wife's name is Tack. I think that's the way it goes, Tick and Tack. And he has had a lot of kids, we will say that. We don't ever ship animals, and that's not what we do, is like, we don't sell animals, that's not like our business, but obviously they make a lot of micro squirrels. So if you're in the area and you want a micro squirrel, it's pretty cool. And then also, I think, let's see if he'll do it sometimes. He just like keeps holding on because his little feet go right inside my hands. Pretty cool. Let's see, I'm trying to get something so I can read it easier. Hey little penguin in Ireland, thank you for the shout out. Dr. Soda, I believe in you, or I believe what you wrote. I believe in Jesus too, and I do think he's the Son of God. And I also think that this is an African pygmy dormouse. How cute is he? I think he's pretty cute. Alright, let me get a sip and then we're going to get started. Well, it's kind of hard to undo your drink with one hand. Sometimes I'm like, definitely maybe need an assistant because hard to do this. Do I need a trap? Nah. Thank you, Jenny. You have a nice day too. Good morning, everybody. This is an African pygmy dormouse. So a lot of people wonder, is it a mouse? This is not technically a mouse. It's in the family of Glitteratidae, and it's more related to a squirrel. Their name, dormir or dormouse, it's related to the word dormitory. So it means to sleep because they hibernate a lot. They're going to be found over in Europe, up in the deserts, and look at their tiny little feet. Because their feet are so small and so beautifully and wonderfully made, they can actually go inside the cracks, inside the skin on my hands, and continue to hold on. I'm pretty sure they're the cutest little things ever. Let's see if I can adjust a couple more of these so you guys can see a little bit better. There we go. So these little guys are gonna live for a while. They're gonna live 5 to 6 years. And they're kind of little omnivores. they're gonna reach out and get fruits and nuts and berries and all that good yummy stuff. If you guys are just now joining us, we're live here at Coe Riverside Farm. I'm hanging out here with Tick. I don't have Tack, but she's off in the other room. Tick is an African pygmy dormouse, but he's not a mouse. He's more related to a squirrel. He's in the family of Glitteratidae. That sounds like a fun word, Glitteratidae. And his name Dormouse or Dormir, that's what it's related to, is Dormir, so it means to sleep. Because they hibernate. They're little sleepy mice. But they're related to squirrels. Man, this English language, it'll confuse you for sure. So these guys out in the wild, they're gonna build these little spherical nests. They look like little balls, and then they'll go inside there and have their little family. Their feet are so small that they can hang on in the cracks of your skin even while you rotate your hand upside down. I think it's truly amazing that God has designed them so perfectly. Pretty cool. What do you think there, Tick? Guys, if you're just joining us, we're live here at Coe Riverside Farm, and we have over 150 animals. So if you've ever wanted to come hang out with micro squirrels, sugar gliders, hedgehogs, iguanas and sloths, and a bunch of cool things, come visit us at Coe Riverside Farm. This dormouse right here is native to Britain, and it is the only dormouse that is native to the area. A lot of people wonder why they're called sleepy mice or why they're called dormice. Well, they'll sleep over half of the year when they go to hibernate sometimes. So their name is very fitting. So they're not called sleepy mice for nothing. Here's another little fact that might not be too appetizing for some people, so if you're a little sensitive or squeamish about food topics, maybe cover your ears. But back in ancient days, these little guys were considered a delicacy by the Romans. So it's saying that they would shove them in a little jar and say that they were their delicacy. Now, I used to think that Romans were pretty cool, but I don't really know about having this guy as a little snack. And they called it Glilleria. No thanks, that sounds horrible. Can you guys hear that sound? Mignon. No, I hope not. I'm not calling that mignon. I'll have some filet mignon, but not mouse mignon. No thank you. No thank you. Alright, let me check one thing here, guys. 1 second. Did you guys hear that? That was Humphrey, our Bactrian camel. Did you hear that crazy noise? I'm gonna go show you guys him. Let's see if we can get that out here.